Let's start with Jung. Here's an excerpt from Man and His Symbols. Biblical references to the stone are numerous. Christ is the stone that the builders rejected, which became head of the corner. Christ is also called the spiritual rock from which the water of life springs. Many religions use a stone to signify God or to mark a place of worship. Think of the Philosopher's Stone, a very powerful example that's stuck with us for a very, very long time. Therefore, in the prayer of the priest, it is said, O God, who through thy Son, who is called the cornerstone, hast brought the fire of thy light to the faithful, make holy for our future use this new fire struck from the firestone. And by the analogy of Christ with the cornerstone, the firestone is raised to the level of Christ himself, who again kindles a new fire. The Spirit of God was hovering or brooded over the surface of the waters. It's Genesis 1:2. We also see in the scriptures water gushing from the rock. And of course, in Jungian psychology, we know that the rock is heavily symbolic. It's the symbol of the Christ, the self. And honey from the rock as well is another pattern that we see that represents a very similar thing. And honey from the lion in the story of Samson. Now, this one is maybe a little bit controversial, but I think if you really dig into it, well, we'll get into that more later. But they're all very similar symbols. So these are all images of the divine, the highest things, the pneuma, the spirit, flowing from Christ, the rock, the lion of Judah, the lion and the lamb. And behold, the dove returned to him in the evening with a freshly plucked olive leaf in her beak. So Noah knew that the waters had receded from the earth, or had begun to recede from the earth, Genesis 8:11. So the dove here is usually thought to be the symbol of the spirit, and the olive leaf, maybe more accurately translated, the branch with leaves, is representative of Christ, often symbolized as a tree, which is unity and multiplicity. Right? The many branches and leaves joined into the one trunk of the one tree. The tree structure is one in many. That's the structure of everything, by the way. It's representative of the force, so to speak, that unifies the opposites, right? The logos, all right? The divine order that joins the opposites, joins the masculine and feminine, joins order and chaos, the one and the many, heaven and earth. The Spirit descending on Christ is this joining of heaven with the chaos of the earth, humanity, which only happens after he has descended into death, represented by the baptism in water. The water representing primordial chaos, the abyss, the underworld, and death. Jung said, life is born only of the spark of opposites. The dove descending on Christ is the same pattern as the dove descending on the olive tree or the branch. Again, representing something like ordered chaos, unity and multiplicity. Christ is that perfect coniunctio oppositorum that Jung is rightfully obsessed with, the ultimate union of opposites and ordered multiplicity. Now, in this moment, we're seeing God basically say, this is my image, my likeness, my perfect pattern, my perfect Adam, the prototype for mankind. This is what I've been trying to do from the start. This is the pattern of the highest, of me in the world. This is the new kingdom. This is the new creation. This is the new self. Right? This is the pattern of new birth, or being born again, that humans must do from this point on to enter into the kingdom of heaven and merge with and become united with the image, likeness, or pattern of God.